In the recess of my mind, I focus back in time and I prostrate my will to the ancestors. Our ancestors being the Nile Valley ancestors that created the greatest civilizations that the world has ever witnessed. Those civilizations were predicated on the principles of Ma'at, which we define as truth, order, and righteousness. I'd like to welcome y'all once again, social media, to Junkie Junk ZP Soldier podcast. Well, it's a lot going on right now, y'all. It's a lot going on right now. What bothers me the most right now in these days of time, while we're focusing in on the greatest fraud that hip hop has ever witnessed. I told y'all some time back on a few videos that I've recently dropped. And I also reminded y'all about this platform. This platform is a platform that stands on the truth. And the reason why I stand on the truth is because the truth don't need no support. So we ain't gotta waste our time telling lies after lies after lies. Then we have to turn back around and find ourselves contradicting, the information that we give on this platform. So we who labor here only speak on the truth. And another thing I would like to bring to y'all attention that I always say, if you get on this jack, if you're sitting down on your platform saying that you're a blogger, you're an innovator, you're a motivator, it's imperative, man, very imperative that you do your research on what you're going to speak upon, right? Because the failure to investigate, it forfeits your right to speak. Because if you ain't investigating your information, you ain't standing on nothing. Now, draw from this. Right now, we going through a situation, right? This old clown, Ollie Adams. And I'm sick and tired of it. And I know my onlookers, I know the viewers, I know the subscribers, you all want this to come to a head, right? I've been telling y'all that, this thing is going to come to a head. It's going to finally come to an end, right? But right now we're in trial. Now, while we're on trial, I like to just focus back on me doing time in the joint. I like to focus on the code, right? The code. Because, we sit here and we say shit out of our mouth, right? We speak words out of our mouth. And what I'm seeing today is a lot of people say stuff out of their mouth, right? And really you just, some people really just talk just to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Talk because it sound good coming out of their mouth, But, the crazy part about it is, when you sitting on this jack like that, you got people of intelligence, man, people of integrity, people that want answers, to situations that come about, on these platforms, but, it's an injustice for us as, interviewers, entertainers, bloggers, interviewers, innovators, motivators, whatever you are. It's a disservice when, onlookers and subscribers and people that are looking for answers to come up short because the person that's relaying the message hadn't did any research and basically don't know what they're talking about. All right, now, like I said, I like to go to the code, right? Me, Junkie Junk, how you see me now, I've been some places, right? I did some things, right? I've been to that school of hard knocks. I've been to the joint. And when you're in the joint, in order to survive the joint, you gotta have a code. You gotta stick by the code. I mean, to safely make it through, you gotta live by a code. You know what I mean? And you gotta uphold that code. You feel me? because things can really get out of hand when you don't uphold a code. Now, today, it's a few things that I learned in the penitentiary, right? And it's a political concept. It's an aspect of politics when you're in the joint. You see, when you're in the federal joint, right, you got cars. In most joints, you got cars, right? And every state almost, depending on where you at in the federal system, every state is considered a car, right? And when you arrive on a compound and you're introduced by your homeboys, and they take you in and they, explain to you how things go and how the car go, you feel me? It's either you gonna ride with it, right? Either you're gonna ride with it or you're gonna collide with it, right? That's just how it go. I say that to say this here. We're in a situation with a so-called, I'm gonna say imposter, because that's what he is. Straight buster, imposter, clown. You know what I'm saying? This guy suffered from identity crisis. This guy's fabricating his whole life right now. You know what I'm saying? His whole life has been fabricated, and he's exposing, the stuff that he actually put together, to make up who he is today. And he classified himself as a Zopound founder at one time, a leader. Zopound chip is what he's saying now, whatever. But we know all that is garbage. We know the dude is a fluke. He's a clown. But what I want to say to the home team based on the code, bro. Listen, man. This is home team, y'all. You see, when you dealing with home team, it's certain rules you got to live by, bro. You know how they say a house can be divided, right? A house can be divided. Cool. We know in a household, you have problems, you have turmoils, you have makeup and breakups. That's what makes up a household. A perfect household do not exist. If anybody, lives in a household or have lived in a household and say everything was always perfect and dandy, that's a lie. All right? So right now, South Florida, Miami is in disarray, right? We're in disarray. We're in disarray because you have an imposter, right? You have what you call an infiltrating rat bastard, straight cunning idiot, right? That just got out of prison and he's causing turmoil. Right? He done threw a monkey wrench in the game. He's shouting out names. He's shouting out Rose. He's shouting out Gunplay. He shouted out Trig. He shouted out Tippy Toe, right? Creating dissension. We all know what Buddy going through right now, right? We know internally he's depleting right now internally, right? He's on his last leg. And he's trying to create a rift amongst the brethren, right? The home team. But what I got to say to home team is this, home team. Listen, because I'm sitting here and I'm just, I'm flipping through the jack, I'm going through these different interviews. I'm seeing these different bloggers, debating and speaking from opinionated standpoints and giving their point of view based on the Ali Adams demonstration. Right? The thing about that is this, man. And this for home team, man. Home team. It shouldn't be nobody, no blogger, no interviewer, no podcast platform right here in South Florida that's going to ride with a nigga like H.O.E. Adams that's going against the grain, that's creating turmoil, that's talking bad about the crib, player. Like, I'm sitting up here, now Freddie P. Freddie, I don't know you like that, Freddie P. I know you came from the band, You know, you had your situation with Puffy, what have you. The thing about it is this. I heard your story. I understand that, you know, you and Ali had, you know, maybe a situation. Maybe he looked out for you, like you said. He got you on, you know, from out of the contract you was under. I didn't even know that Puffy had you under contract. But if he did that, well, kudos to him. But at the same time, like, you know, you from the crib, bro. Real nigga shit. You from the crib, right? You from the city at that. So even in the event that you got a dude that you had dealings with, you had run-ins with, and he looked out for you, right? You ain't got nothing bad to say about him. He looked out for you, you know, whatever the case may be. At the same time, homeboy, you got to understand that the crib is the crib. And whenever you got homies from the crib that's basically beefing or got a situation, the right thing to do is to just don't say nothing, stay out of the way. You know what I'm saying? If you can't rectify the situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, when you look at the situation at hand and you got allegations, you got the snitching card that came out, you got all the slimy shit that's being said by this dude that's coming out right there on the jack, man. Right? He right there on the jack talking crazy about the crib. Man, you should at least think for one time before you get on the jack and support a dude that you really, and from what I heard that you talked about on your whole interview. I mean, you said some names. You said T-Fwet, right? Bro, you don't know T-Fwet. I know you don't know T-Fwet because you classified T-Fwet and you say that's one of the realest niggas you ever met. You don't know T-Fwet like that, bro. T-Fwet is a little Haiti nigga, right? I'm from Little Haiti, so Pound from Little Haiti, bro. We had run-ins, we had dealings with this dude. We know who this dude is, bro. So I'm saying that to say this. Like we say, failure to investigate forfeit your right to speak. Now, I know you probably speaking from an opinionated standpoint. Everybody treat everybody different. In other words, you might get a treatment from me that another person can't vouch for. You know what I'm saying? Because I might have treated you well, and I might have treated the next man foul. So that way I can't stand on how I feel about nobody. You know what I'm saying? Based on my experience. I only could tell you what I experienced. I can't classify you as nothing. I can only tell you about my experience. So I'm saying that to say this, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? As home team, you know, in certain situations, you know, are in the heat or at the peak of his, you know what I'm saying, crashing course. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, you gotta kind of pipe down. You gotta fall back on certain stuff and you don't jump out there like that, right? Because at the end of the day, like I was saying, man, when it comes down to home team, bro, one thing about home team, when it comes down to home team need a stick, bro. Especially when you got, I don't care who it is, especially when you got a motherfucker talking against where you from, player. And you know what this Miami shit be about. You know what this South Florida shit be about, player. You know what I'm saying? You know this shit real in the field. And for all the shit that we been through, you feel me, in this industry in the South, for a nigga to come out, you know what I'm saying, and speak out, you know what I'm saying, before the nation against the crib and you from the crib, my nigga, for real, that's a violation, bro. That's a violation. So what I'm saying to home team, just like I'm talking to Freddie P, I'm talking to you bloggers that's from down here. I'm hearing dudes, you know, agree with the BS Ali talking about when he's talking about our homeboys, player. You feel what I'm saying? And if a dude did feel like they agree with Ali. You know what I'm saying? It would have been better if you know what I'm saying, do that shit, off the camera, bro. Because at the end of the day, man, anywhere you go in the nation, man, state to state, you see what I'm saying? Real niggas gonna represent where they from first. Cause if your hood, if your city don't have no respect for you, bro, nobody else gonna have respect for you, bro. And it goes like that in the chain gang. It goes like that anywhere you go. You feel me? So, man, when it comes to the tippy toes, when it comes to the tricks, when it comes to the Rick Rose, when it comes to the gun plays, the plies, the yaks, the Zopounds, bro, we home team first, bro. Because whenever we leave this state, whenever we leave outside of this state, we all considered from the same place. They look at all of us the same. We classified, bro. Yeah, it's a reality. It is segregated. Although we got real niggas all over the world that we might deal with and fuck with, but the crib come first, player. You know what I'm saying? So that's a public announcement to all y'all dudes, man, that's speaking out against the homies and talking about Ali got a point when he's speaking out against the home team player. That's a violation. For real. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get off that for a second, man. I know I've been off the air for, all my onlookers, my listeners. I would like for y'all to please like and subscribe, man, to all content, man. It's free. It's free to subscribe, y'all. Nah, it's free, okay? You know what I'm saying? Junkie Junk gonna always bring y'all the real. The truth don't need no support. That's why I bring the real all the time. You feel me? I know I left Thanksgiving Day making an announcement. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is yours truly, one amazing Junkie Junk's Upholding official. We got big things going on amongst the family, man. Let's not break up. Let's make up. Zopound is back in full effect. All internal differences, man. All petty differences, man. We put that to the side, man. It's bigger than us. We got a story to tell, man. We got to build on this Miami legacy, man. We tried, and we finally succeeded, man, to be a force to be reckoned with in the South in this industry, man. Y'all got to remember the times when they said we was country and we didn't give nothing to hip-hop. And here it is, the South got on the map and still on the map running it. You feel what I'm saying? So don't let nobody separate what we created down here in the South. And I'm talking to all y'all bloggers, man, that's sitting up there getting on this jack, talking against the home team and you home. Man, shame on you, man. We gonna stop that, man, right here and right now today, man. And we gonna represent this FLA shit. We gonna represent this M-I-Yayo shit. And we ain't gonna let nan outsider, man, view us as if we separated, man. You know what I mean? That flag dictate that la yin fait la force. And that's why ZP had to make a mark in this